everyone. I am so excited for today's Beyond the Cover. Today's topic is more than a woman. As you can see, I have on my Aaliyah shirt that I made, and that goes with our More to Classy boutique that you will learn about later on. But number one is we are doing a series on We Need a Resolution. So, as again, my name is Shanidra, and I told you today's topic will be on More Than a Woman. So, we're going to go beyond the cover of More Than a Woman, and it's not the song that you may think. We're going to go beyond the cover of what More Than a Woman / More Than a Man is. More Than a Woman is a woman that carries many hats. A woman that is anointed, and a woman that, does more than the average woman. Same thing with a man. It's a man. A more than a man is one that does more than the average man. Wears many hats. So, let's dig right into it. As I know you guys are used to me being on my show, Let's Dig Deep. Well, I know you guys were like, why did she stop that? Or why is this and why is that? Well, when you are more than a woman, you are directed by God. So, I am solely directed by God. I have a gift. Most people see me as a photographer. I am a photographer. I'm a business owner. You see me out at the business events. I'm a mom. I'm a mom of 2 beautiful kids. I'm so grateful and thankful for that. And I'm also a woman of God. So, with that being said, I wear many hats. So, what happened to my Let's Dig Deep was, as y'all see, we are doing Beyond the Cover. I had prayed about, wanting a show where I can put people in that are featured in my Destin magazine. Also, I'm a magazine publisher. I publish a magazine called Destin Magazine. It actually was birthed out of my Destined to Be classes, which were helping others become entrepreneurs and go towards their destiny that God has them to go. Now, can I tell you what you're destined to be? No. Can I help you figure that out? Yes. Can I lead you to the source? Yes. The source is God. He already told us no one can tell us but Him. He will direct our path in the way that we should go if we do not lean to our own understanding, which is why Let's Dig Deep, as it was going great, everything was great. I got out of my comfort zone of being in front of the camera. As I am a photographer, I like being behind the camera. But, God got me out of that last year with my Let's Dig Deep. Did I know that that was going to lead to me being on the big screen? No. I never wanted to even get on the big screen. For one, number one, I wasn't going to allow anyone to dictate what God was downloading in my head and what God wanted His show to be or anything else. So, I wasn't looking forward to being on the big screen, but when God does it, you get to do exactly the way you will see fit that represent Him in His best light. So, Beyond the Cover is exactly what it is. It goes beyond the cover from my Let's Dig Deep topics and also my Destined Exemppreneurs that I have that are examples of when you walk towards your destiny through all the obstacles, you can still make it. And that goes still along with my Destined to Be classes, because God has moved me outside of doing the classes to directly doing these Let's Dig Deeps, these Beyond the Covers, and the covers of my Destin magazine has really helped more than, you know, people that were registering for my classes. So, you know, if I don't lean to my own understanding and be like, well, I mean, this has been working for me, God. Why would we change this up? Well, I was getting comfortable. He got me out of my comfort zone. I started going live. So I was like, okay, I can get used to this. I see what you're doing, God. And then he switches it up. Now I'm doing lives in front of you guys. Everything is professionally done. And it's Beyond the Cover. It's now on Roku. And a whole channel. God gave me my own channel on Roku and on Fire TV. Yes, just like BET or anything else that is on Roku, he has Beyond the Cover. And I'm able to put my Lestic Deeps, my Destin magazine interviews, all of that will be on our Beyond the Cover. Beyond the Cover is something you do not want to miss. We will have some exclusive interviews with some of the men and women that of God that have made an impact that you may have forgotten about, but they have made a huge impact in your life. But these are big people that you do not want to miss that will be on the Beyond the Cover. Now, I'm not going to tell you now because it's going to be a surprise and you will know when that show is coming, which will be soon. But back to More Than a Woman and the Let's Dig Deep. This will get deep still. But you have to move according to the way God directs your path. Period. Do it make sense all the time? Do I understand it? No. In actuality, I do not understand what happens. I just move along with the flow because he said do not lean to my own understanding. So I automatically, okay, this doesn't make sense. But I have the faith to know that if God told me to stop, because I'm not here for the looks or for anything else. I'm here strictly to do his assignment. So now let's get more into it for More Than a Woman topic. So More Than a Woman / More Than a Man is exactly what it is. We are more than what meets the eye. Most people want someone that is more than a woman that can do all of these things and that can help them and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. But when they get it, it's like, oh, they cannot understand the type of assignment that we have on our life. They don't understand how we can keep moving and how we can keep going and going and going with the strength from God and keep a smile on our face with everything coming up against us. They don't understand, you know, how we are directed strictly by God and how it may seem confusing, but you just have to trust and believe. They don't understand this. So that's another way that God has shown me when I have dated guys. Now, do that mean that they were not men of God? No. Do that mean that they were just not my men of God? Yes. They couldn't understand. Heck, I didn't even know the calling on my life. It's not necessarily your gift. I found my anointing as I took the walk of faith through my gift, which is photography. And I didn't even know that photography was my gift until I decided to start my own business, which was going to be everything that it seems to be becoming anyways. God gave it to me, but I'm not going to tell you guys that either. But that was not my original business plan. I had to write the photography part in 1 week, a whole business plan on my photography, and that's the one that stuck. And that's the one that I love to do that I didn't go to school for. So your gift is something that you do naturally. So that's one thing that I do that makes me more than a woman. But I also run a business. What people fail to realize is that photography can be photography if you want to just do it on the side. But if you're running it as a business, that's a totally different thing. You have to learn accounting, You have to keep up with all of your, it's more than photography. You have to keep up with your taxes every month. You have to pay taxes. Yes, when you are legally legal business, you have to pay taxes every month and at the end of every year. So remember that. Also, you have to do, it's a lot more that goes to it. Now I have 2 kids that are virtual, and I'm still, their parent. So it's not that, oh, well, she has a business, she gets to do whatever. No, I'm still a parent, number one. That's my number one job before this business, before anything outside of God's business, is my kids. And since I have taken on that assignment, because that's my assignment too, is to raise these kids and train them up in the way that they should go, God has provided for me to be able to not only do His will, but to also be there and train these kids up in the way that they should go. So I am strictly directed by God. He directs my path. So the Let's Dig Deep has not gone anywhere but on Beyond the Cover. So you can find most of my Let's Dig Deeps on Beyond the Cover when you click on it on Roku. You will also get some of my Destined exclusive interviews that have been in my magazine. You'll also see those as well on my Roku/Firestick TV. So, Beyond More Than a Woman, as I said, we wear many hats. Beyond More Than a Man, they wear many hats. I can't tell you what Beyond a Man is, but I will have some men on the show that will be able to give you their experience beyond their cover, so you can learn more about what it is to be beyond, more than a man. So let's get into it. Next, we're going to talk about, when you are anointed and how you can be despised is as being more than a woman or man. Is you being anointed is the favor of God. Well, most people get jealous of someone that is favored by God because they're like, how are they still smiling? How are they going through this and it seems to not faze them? Well, we go through stuff irritates us. It's the same, but we have to keep it moving. So, with that being said, we must learn, Jesus went through more than we did. And that was God descending into Jesus. And Jesus had to go through everything. And God did that because He wanted to understand. That's where all the mercy and grace comes from. God went through everything that we could possibly go through and more. Thank God we ain't got to go through half the stuff that Jesus went through. But that was God experiencing in the flesh of everything that we have to experience. That's why Jesus is more than a prophet. Because He came in this world on this earth more than a prophet. So, of course, He's more than, a average prophet. Not saying that prophets are anything less. But that was just basically the Son of God. And as the children of God, we have to, be directed by God in everything that we do. So, that's what makes us more than a woman or more than a man. So, stop blaming God for, you messing yourself up. David had all the faith and, the courage, like, how could he beat Goliath and all of this and that? Because he knew his father had his back. You could be anybody if you got somebody that got your back. You have all the confidence in the world, the Godfidence. We have Godfidence. And you can have it too. Just like when Cain got jealous of Abel and the favor that God put on Abel, God gave Abel favor because Abel did what he said. He didn't half do it. He didn't half step. He did exactly what God asked him to do. And God favored him because of that. And He told Cain, I will do the same for you. You just wanted to half do it. Oh, I'm going to I'm gonna be part a little bit godly, but then I'm gonna still keep the way I'm going. Well, that's on you. You stopping your own blessing. Don't be blaming God for you going the opposite way like Jonah did. Jonah went the opposite way. God told him to go this way. He knew if he went that way that it was going to be a lot of trouble. That's why God told you to go this way. But you want to go the opposite way. So don't blame God because you wanted to do you. Blame you. Take accountability for your actions. Don't be jealous. That's all I'm telling you. Because God talks to all of his children. You just got too far. When you go too far from him, he can hear you, but we can't. If our children go too far and they're calling on that, we can't hear them. So we need to draw closer to him so that he can hear us. But when you are in sin, that's the further off you get from God. You go further and further away from God when you are in sin. Then you wonder, oh, he don't hear me. See, that's what I'm saying. I ain't got time for that. Well, that's fine. But you need to look at you. Honey, God has me looking in the mirror every day. So trust and believe. Everything that I'm telling you guys, I'm not judging. I have no room. Nobody on this earth can judge. Because God said if you said that you have never sinned, that basically you are a liar and the truth does not lie in you. And if you are taking this the wrong way, that means you can't hear the truth. And you need to repent. Because that means when he says choose ye this day whom you serve, you need to choose God, because even if you think in your head that you want to serve God, if you are doing the opposite and you're not following his commandments, that means you are serving something else, the devil. And if you can't understand the truth, like Jesus told him, why can't you understand what I'm saying? If I'm speaking the truth, why can't you understand what I'm saying? Because your father is the father of lies. And the truth does not lie in him, which is, he is the devil. Your father is the devil. So if you don't want that, all you have to do is be still and know that he is God. Let him direct your path. We are all more than a woman, all more than a man. Why do you think that they are so threatened by us? Why? Just be like, why are people so threatened by me? Why are people coming up against me so much? I always look at my obstacles like, wow, it must be a big blessing about to come my way. Because all of this stuff I'm going through, oh, I know that there's about to be something big. I can't see it. I don't know what it is, but I know something big is about to happen. So just love being more than a woman. Love being more than a man. Embrace it. Stop leaning to your own understanding and just acknowledge God in all your ways and let him direct your path. Again, this more than a woman, more than a man is not the title from Aaliyah. It's not her song. This goes beyond the cover of the song so that you can get a better understanding. We're still digging deep. This is still Shanidra. I just have many hats that I have to wear. Because I am more than a woman. I'm more than a photographer. I'm more than a mother. I'm more than a business owner. I'm more than, all of the hats that I have to carry. So that's all I have for you today. If you want to get in contact with me, go to my website at cportraitsmagazine.com and let me know, your comments. If you want to be on the show, you are more than welcome to be on the show, be a guest. We can talk about serious issues because our job is to get to the root of these issues. We need a resolution. That is the series of this month of May 2021. So we're going to get to the resolution, and I hope this has helped you